Hey friends, happy Tuesday, the 9th of January. It's nice to be with you. I'm Father Bill Hill, priest at Holy Spirit Catholic Community in Rock Springs, Wyoming. I'll share with you a reflection on the daily readings. They're linked down below. Click the readings, click the link, read the readings prayerfully, and then turn off the screen before you move on to other things. Hey, going to do a little housekeeping work this week, but if you wanted to like and share these videos into your newsfeed on Facebook, if you wanted to, thumbs up them and subscribe to the channel on YouTube, that stuff helps the algorithms and it spreads the message. Random Catholic priest, Rock Springs, Wyoming. Kick your day off with a reflection on the readings and spend some time with prayer if it's helpful, right? If you find it helpful, maybe other folks do as well. Hey, it's ordinary time, like literally the first day of the first week of ordinary time. I know the church is still decorated for Christmas. I'm having to shoot these in the Christmas season, but happy numbered time. Remember, ordinary doesn't mean boring, uninteresting, nothing important happens. It means number, ordinal time. First week of numbered time. Of course, we don't have a ton of time this year because Ash Wednesday is barreling down the pike. On Valentine's Day, February 14th, will be Ash Wednesday. So we've got, a little bit over a month between now and then. So we are starting the cycle of the kings of Israel. I know we are going to get Saul, we're going to get Samuel the prophet, and then Saul, and then David over the course of the next few weeks. And we are starting the Gospel of Mark. Now, remember, ordinary time, our readings are continuous readings that are going to be parallel. We are not looking for the connections of the themes. Instead, we're kind of reading the first reading and the gospel in their own pace. So we're starting with first book of Samuel and the beginning of the public ministry of Jesus in Mark. Cool? So, 1 Samuel. We missed the introduction to this yesterday because we had the baptism of the Lord, but we find out that Hannah is being made fun of, and her life is difficult because she's not able to conceive and bear a child. And in a patriarchal society, that is a big deal. And so we hear today that she's at the temple of the Lord in Shiloh, and she prays to the Lord in her bitterness. And I love this, right? So often we can think that we need to only give the great stuff to God, and oh God, I'm miserable on the inside and I'm having a hard time acknowledging it to myself, but I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm just going to tell you all the shiny, happy stuff, right? And that's not being who God created us to be. Sharing ourselves with God, including the stuff that maybe we struggle with ourselves, is part of being in our own flesh, like Jesus was in the flesh, right? Christmas stuff. So Hannah is a model. As we oftentimes see in the Old Testament, we get some sweet models that we don't always pick up in the New Testament. So Hannah prays in her bitterness. And even in that place, because of her faith and the goodness of God, she's heard. And, she is able to conceive a son with her husband, and they are able to give this child to the Lord. So maybe the question to ask today is what are you struggling? Maybe to acknowledge yourself. What are you struggling to share with the Lord? And maybe venture out in faith and share some of that stuff that maybe isn't super shiny and happy and rainbows and fluffy bunnies, and offer that to the Lord as well in authenticity and integrity of heart. Okay. Mark's Gospel. Mark's Gospel is the most fast-paced of all of the Gospels. It is a lot about the healing and some of the teaching ministry of Jesus. So today we have the first of many healing signs that this is the Holy One of God, as we hear in the Gospel. Liberation. Jesus brings freedom and liberation to the people of God. For us, it probably is not demonic possession, but there may be ways that we are not free, ways that we are bound up by resentment, perhaps by some chemicals and some by addictions, maybe by some behavioral addictions or just vices, right? Places that, boy, Lord, I would love it if you would give me this freedom from this thing so that I could serve you more fully with all of my heart. That's a great deal of the ministry of Jesus. Where's the Lord inviting us to move into greater freedom today? Happy Tuesday, friends. Happy start to ordinary time. Read those readings prayerfully. Turn off the screen. Spend some time with God before you move on to other things. God bless. Pray for folks that are having a hard time.